brutally killed. The state of Indiana sentenced the ringleader, Paula Cooper, to die in the electric chair. Paula Cooper was 15 years old at the time of the crime. Originally, I supported the judge's decision, but I became convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt that my grandmother would have been appalled that this girl was on death row and so many people wanted her to die. I was convinced she would have had love and compassion for this girl and for this girl's family, and that she wanted me to have that same sort of love and compassion. I didn't have a bit because my grandmother had been brutally murdered, but so convinced that's what she would have wanted. I begged my God to please, please, please give me love and compassion for Paula Cooper and her family, and to do that on behalf of my grandmother. It was just a short prayer. I began to think I could write this girl a letter. I could tell her about my grandmother and share my grandmother's faith. And I realized that prayer of compassion had been answered because I knew I no longer wanted her to die and do whatever I could do to try to help her. And I learned the most important lesson of my life that night. It was about the healing power of forgiveness. Because when my heart was touched with compassion, the forgiveness took place. The healing power of forgiveness is what I like to travel around the world and talk about. Because when my heart was touched with compassion and forgiveness took place, it brought a tremendous healing. For a year and a half after my grandmother's death, whenever I thought about her, I pictured how she died. I pictured her butchered on the dining room floor of the home where our family gathered every year for Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving and birthdays and happy, joyous occasions. When my heart was touched with compassion, I knew that whenever I would think about Nana again, I no longer picture her butchered on the dining room floor, but I picture who she was and what she stood for and what she believed in, and the beautiful, wonderful person she was. And I realized I didn't need to see somebody else die in order to bring healing from my grandmother's death. Most people that want the death penalty, it's purely a matter of revenge. And revenge is never, ever, ever the answer. Never the answer once. The answer is love and compassion for all of humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.